Okay, here we go. On the lake again. You can see behind me over there, just leaving the boat ramp, Doll Mountain on Carter's Lake, North Georgia. And we are running a bare boat today. I have no fishing poles, no cooler, nothing in the front bunk. All I have is my fuel cell battery, camera equipment. Also going to be messing around with some trim today. I changed the trim pin to a different hole. I'm actually one negative now, but I'm gonna run the jack plate up and see how well it cleans out. All these coves on Carter's are just absolutely full of debris. So you can't even get all the way up in there if you wanted, but it seems like so far I'm up about I'd say two and a quarter inches to 2.5 inches on the jack plate on the third trim pin hole, and it's running roughly 20.5 miles an hour. Look how clear this water is up in here. This lake never got stained, and it's just crystal clear up in the shallows. I went ahead and raised the motor up and went down to the very first hole on the manual trim plate, which would be considered negative trim. It's either negative trim 1 or negative trim 2. I'm still brand new at the boat thing, so I'm learning as I go. But however, from the way I understand it, when it's running that negative trim, it should push the nose down faster, which means you get up on plane quicker. So we're gonna leave it there, and we're gonna run out of here, and then we're gonna run back down this finger along the opposite side bank that we came up. Just riding to see what I can see and see what's out here on this lake. It's not a huge lake. It's 3,200 acres surface area. It's got 62 miles of shoreline. Got a little fork. We'll run up over here and see what's going on over here first. Looks like either a cove or maybe a creek running in. Looks like another beautiful little creek with access. So looks like we're gonna beach right here. Stay tuned. This is a pretty awesome find. There'll be a spot up here. The creek actually forks, and there's 2 creeks that come in to make this one. Not far beyond that is where the boundary, according to Gaia, is. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. We're gonna keep exploring. This is definitely a new contender for a camp spot. We're gonna keep going and see what else we can find. I was thinking for a minute this was the second creek coming in, and it still may be, but that's quicksand. So as you've seen in that last clip, I'm still a little piece from the WMA boundary, but this is probably about as far as I'm going to go. I don't want to get up in there and get on somebody's private property, and that's exactly what would happen. So I'm a hiker at heart, so being able to get off the boat with easy access into a cove and actually hike up through the woods has been really entertaining. So awesome find. So this is the cove on the right. when we were coming in a while ago. And there is another trail here and another tributary. We're not gonna explore this one. It's on a hill. It doesn't seem very promising for camping opportunities, but it is neat nonetheless. Maybe on another day I'll come back and explore it. Just looked over and happened to notice that chain. I'm not sure really what's going on here. Looks like maybe a fish habitat or something. I'm not sure. Looks like usually all this stuff's not in the water, but I did see some decent sized fish. Actually, there's one swimming in there. .5 miles an hour into the wind, into the chop. Highest I've had the jack plate all day. It's a little over halfway. Fastest I've gotten on plane today. Got on plane at 12.1. So going down to that negative trim pin and then going up on the jack plate actually helped. That doesn't look too healthy, that thunderhead back there. See, this is all of Carter's Lake. It's just so steep. There's very few good access. Hey, there's a bear. That was the last thing I was expecting to see today. I know they're here, but how crazy. I really think we're about to get wet. And that's the first look we've got at the dam. That's a big, wide open expanse of water. Just picked up some trash that was floating in the water back there. We'll throw it out at the boat ramp. All right, so I have been to these boat-in campsites. I've been to one on way out on the point over there. I don't remember exactly how many spots are at this boat-in camping, but we're gonna check it out because I don't think these campsites close. So it's gonna be a really good option coming up into the fall. With the cooler weather coming in, I do plan on to still be using the boat and coming out and camping quite a bit. There's one campsite. Table. Should be a grill, but the grill's not there. Lantern poles. Looks like the outhouse is up here. There's one of the outhouses. I believe there's two. There's another couple more campsites. This one down here is really nice, and this one you can get your boat right up to. Grill grate, picnic table. That says number 3. Lantern pole. Somebody left their trash. I'll carry that out with me. This tent pad is right on the water though. And like the rest of the lake is notorious, it just drops off. Just threw the chair there on the main trail. I'll grab it on the way back through, carry it back to the ramp with us. There's signs everywhere that say, please pack out your trash. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out why people have such a hard time doing that. All right, kind of a centralized location here. Looks like we're gonna have more campsites down that way, but I'll spare you the visual of the inside, but at least they're there. And from what I can see of the door being cracked, it looks semi-clean, so that's pretty good. So far, I've looked at a couple of the other ones, but nice big tent pad, picnic table, grill, nice fire ring. Pretty decent access to the water. They've cut steps. It's not too deep. Good anchor point, good anchor point. Nice view of the lake. Nice view of Carter's Dam and the rock wall over there. No campers. There is a camp spot right around the bend, but you can't see them. So this is pretty private. Got wind block there. You got wind block here. It'd have to be shrunk, blowing straight across. This is probably my favorite site out here so far. Well, there's one thing about this campsite. I guess because of where it's situated on the point, it looks like this one's probably one of the ones that gets used the most. It's the only one I've seen that's had firewood in the fire ring. Okay, so I just showed you most, if not all, of the Carter's Lake boat and campsites. What's cool about these campsites are they're run by the Army Corps. First come, first serve. There's no fee to use them. And as you've seen from the last few of my videos, Carter's Lake is usually empty. I haven't seen a single other boat today. Granted, it is a Monday, but still, see if I can grab this piece of trash. All right, so there's the front of my boat full of other people's nonsense they won't carry out. It's all right, I got it. Look at that reflection. Glass back up in here. I love it. Fish just jumped there. Miles an hour. Ripping up the lake, baby. Ooh-wee. That level dropped quick, boys. I guess that's the good thing about running on plane. Oh, shit. Okay, these are the two maps that they gave me at the cleanup event. Our beautiful Carter's Lake. And neither of these maps have the same information. I mean, some of it correlates, some of it don't. So here is one of these shelters that's up by Ridgeway. This is going up to Kusawati. We've spent a lot of time up in here, camped. I have no idea where that is. I've never seen it. So it's got to be somewhere inside of this recreation area. And if you look over here, there's no shelter sign on this one like there is on the other side. There's a little legend there. It's very interesting. And neither one of those shelters are on Gaia or even Google, or I don't think it's on Onyx. I haven't used Onyx in a while. I bought the subscription for Gaia, but we're gonna run back down lake, I guess, and keep an eye on it and see if we see anything that looks like it might be camping. I seen a rope swing back there hanging out over the cove. Maybe it's right there at the rope swing. We'll just have to go back and check. So there's a rope swing. I don't know. It doesn't look like, I mean, the banks on both sides are so steep. I don't see any possibility of camping here. Obviously, people have been coming out here for a little bit of time. They've got this tree about bent over. This is a very beautiful area up in here, so I will definitely be back to do some more exploring. And I definitely want to come back in a few weeks when the color starts changing. It's already starting to get pretty yellow, but when it starts turning off orange and red, it'll be beautiful up in here.
Takeoff. Home point updated. Made it back to the ramp. We're gonna load this joker on the boat. Load this joker on the boat. Load this joker on the trailer. Work our way back to the house. It ended up being a beautiful day to get out. Glad I did. Well, I brought it off the lake anyways. I'm gonna fit in the trash can, so that's the next best place. Okay, folks, that is a wrap for today's trip. I'll be back to do it again very soon. Catch you on the next one.